Yeah. Okay.
Sam just backstage talking the whole time, and then I'm
What?
trying to fill my glass, and then oh, hated that. That was it being open on mine. And then I'm like filling my glass and like just like skidded into the chair right as it started. Yay.
That's okay. So, welcome to WIP Wednesday, a Wednesday that is supposed to be dedicated to us just focusing on our whips and will be after my first sprint. But there's a couple things that I have to get done because apparently my child has a performance tomorrow and didn't tell me, and my husband works, so now I have to call my mother and be like, Mother, I am so sorry. But I need assistance. So.
I spent the past hour writing a D&D character backstory. And now I'm messaging with my DM because he was like, interesting, but what about this to make it even more juicy? And I'm like, oh, even more juiciness. And I'm the substitute DM for this campaign. Like, if he needs to step out for a session, I'll run the session. So I'm already like peering behind the curtain for a lot of things. So adding that little extra level. Yeah.
Oh, I need to post the post spotlight. I was gonna do it when I got home, but then I had to walk my dogs.
Did I post that we're going live? No, I just copied it and then I post about the next season of Bridgerton being lesbians. Which I'm excited about. Big surprise, I know.
I'm posting places. Okay, I've posted his places. And now I get to go micromanage and see if you added tags.
Me? No, I didn't. I did not.
Okay.
I tried.
So I have copy paste tags, so it doesn't. Yeah, like our description and stuff doesn't change, just the title and. My laptop must have restarted or something because everything is off, and I'm like, nobody told you to restart. I don't know what you were doing. What will you be working on today? Will you be working on your D&D character or your main?
No, I have finished my D&D character. I think I spelled ASMR wrong, right? No, I spelled it right. Okay.
A-S?
It's AASIMAR.
Yes.
I'm going to be working on Storm's Heir. I'm rewriting this like really cool in the cult kind of area. I've taken it in a different direction than it was originally, and then even another direction from where I meant to go more culty, and now I've gone more, I don't know, yes, culty, but less like dark robes and more like, yes, we're doing the right thing. This is how the world is supposed to be.
I'm surrounded by cults.
Yeah.
Fox and I were joking about the cult he wrote, and I was like, I picked up immediately that it was a cult, and he was like, one day I will have to trick you, and I was like, that is a mighty task. I know so much more about cults than I realized was normal. For somebody who did not grow up in one cult.
I don't know a lot about cults. Yeah.
To my knowledge, my entire life, cults have been like a featured discussion of a lot of different forms of documentary media, and as you know, that is my mother and my grandmother's and my jam. So, now I follow coffee and cults and just. So also there was a lot of like religious cult media in horror in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely like, I feel like I used to hear about cults a lot when I was younger, but that was also like kids discovering a new awful thing and being like, guys, let's all talk about it.
Yes, also, if I accidentally talk over you at any point, feel free to. Excuse you, this is not a 15-minute timer. Feel free to let me know, because currently I am just hyped on fighting. I went the wrong direction. Currently, I am just hyped on energy. So.
Okay. I mean, that's a good place for you to be because typically that is not the energy that we bring to our streams.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised because I just walked the dog and didn't feel like existing.
Hi.
Alright, so we get started. Lead
Okay.
us away. I realized I never switched over to the sprint screen. While CB's doing what she's doing, I'm going to go over what I did. So, first I called family and whatnot to let them know that there may or may not be a performance tomorrow. I got to call the school to figure out for sure. Basically, without going into super detail, there's just the week announcements for band and the club, the extra club that my kid is in, are a little confusingly worded. And, like, I have the dates for all of his performances for the rest of the year, and tomorrow isn't on my list. So I gotta figure out if the club, it's one of two things. Either the whole club is in fact performing for this grade level specific performance, or only the kids in that grade from jazz club are performing in that performance tomorrow. So basically I gotta find out, because my kid is in the club but not the grade level.
That would be.
I went and talked to my husband. I updated him on the situation because because he also wishes to go to our son's performance if there is a performance, and needs to know what's going on. Then I came in here, I did my face, started listening to That's What I Call Music. Hold on, That's What I Call Music Forever 90s, because why not? And started critiquing your roleplay backstory. I'm breaking a cardinal rule of WIP Wednesday for you, and if Fox finds out...
No, I'm also breaking a rule of WIP Wednesday.
What are you looking
up? I got an email from the job that I'm trying to get, and they're like, hey, you need to fill out this paperwork, like, now. But I got it on Friday, but they were like, hey, this is your last chance. And I'm like, I'm sorry. This is literally the first day I've been able to do anything.
I just got my medication. All right. Well, that's a little different, though, because, jobs are more important. And then also, I don't know, I'm feeling a lot better today than I have been in a while, knock on wood. So also, if you go back during the break, you will see the return of the Dancing Sam and Artemis. Which she was enjoying. I saw that she had. Yeah, she seemed confused because we haven't done it in so long, but she was down with it, as she always has been. Also, is not harassing me nearly as much now that she is being harassed. I wonder how that goes.
So I'm filling out a thing that says I don't have tuberculosis.
You're good. Also, I saw this thing. So, you know how there's a lot of issues and discourse with AI writing and everything, and teachers and other people are trying to use these AI detection things, and it's like, oh well, AI does this a lot in their writing. And there's now a lot of people who are being like, please stop using that. Please just don't. It's there are now a lot of people who are shying away from certain writing techniques or forms of grammar because they're afraid they'll be AI, and they're like, AI writes like that because people write like that, and it was trained on people. So they're like, please.
Is this inspired by the massive amount of M dashes in my...
Actually, you don't even have a lot of M dashes where I am. I haven't gotten far yet, but I just added an M dash. And you will see I added the M dash, and then I added a comment on it that says, I will not let AI have it. So that it's inspired by the fact that AI and AI detectors will pull the M dash from my cold dead hands. I will, in fact, join the robot war just for the M dash. Oh, also, we mentioned Fable, I think, last week?
Yeah.
So I wanted to update people that yes, I did remember the Fable controversy mostly correctly. What they were using like in speaking of AI, they were using like an AI thing that was supposed to be like cheeky and roast readers and stuff, but it went it went very terribly, and they
Mm.
removed it and apologized. So if
Oof.
anybody wants to look into that for themselves and decide if they would be down, because I am forgiving of people and companies who are like, hey, we done a fuck up, and we're working on not doing the fuck up again. Especially since this was such a not I don't want to say a blameless fuck up, because it's like one must wonder how the AI came up with these ideas, but it's like also one of those things where it's like, well, it's not necessarily their fault depending on how it was programmed, but yeah. Hello, you. What? Yeah? Are you trying to use my chair as a back or as a scratching post again? Hey, that's my arm. I'll move it. Go on. She was trying so hard to get down from the chair, but she needed to like steady herself, so she just like had her little claws just like touching my arm, but she couldn't get a firm
Yeah.
enough hold without digging her claws in deeper, so she was like eh, eh, until I
She's
moved
just
my arm.
struggling.
Yeah, until I moved my arm so she could reach the armrest, and then she was like, okay, I can get down now. But it
Hmm.
was such a mother, I don't want to hurt you, but like, you're in my way.
Hmm.
I put the blanket on my lap, so this is where she is now.
I
Ugh.
can't see you. 1 second. There you are. You're buried with my tabs.
Oh, I don't know if your FMX does this, but if I like open a new tab in the same browser and click on it, it pops us out as a little camera thing, and then I just put us in the corner of wherever I'm working.
That happens sometimes, but sometimes it does not happen.
I think you have to open a new. No, it's not happening now. Damn you, inconsistent technology. Please move it up 2 pixels, okay? That's my jet engine. Hold on. It's a fan.
I give up on this. I don't know how to file
I will
things.
only have my. Oh, he said he was leaving. Let me.
Let's see. What am I doing? Okay. So I did write a little bit before I got absorbed by paperwork. More than a little. Rye's gonna confront his own fact that he's not human, just a little. He tries to, like, someone's approaching, so he's like, oh, I can't move the bodies right now because I'm not feeling well, so I'll move myself, and he fails at that too. And then someone goes like, oh my god, but the version of that in this world. So I went and I added that to my chart, where I made a separate chart for like exclamations and curses, because I have to come up with them at some point and put the context of them. So it's by something, or something like that. I don't know. And then I got distracted. But the person I was like, it'd be so much easier if Rye knew what the poison is that he's, being afflicted by. But there's no way he could know what it was. He did not recognize it by its look, scent, taste, and effects. I mean, like, he could have recognized it by the effects, but I'm like, that's not his thing. It's not obscure poisons. And I was like, oh, maybe he could recognize the name if he saw the title written somewhere. So I was like, oh, it can be written on the vial. I'm like, no, he just held the vial and drank out of it. They wouldn't write the name of the poison on the vial. That would be insane. So I'm not doing that either.
Write the name of the poison on one side, on the other side a list of ingredients. the nutrition facts. Oh, I have to tell Chris the Wi-Fi router came in. It's at my mom's house, but it's in. This does mean I have to return that thing I borrowed from her. Dancing, kitty, dancing, kitty, dancing, kitty. I know, she's not even looking, Artemis.
I'm not. So I'm sorry.
How much do you have of the job thing to do?
I'm on the last form. That's why I'm kind of like, ah.
You're like, I wanna get it done.
Enter how much money you make. I just keep putting in zeros, and I'm like, am I doing this wrong? But I don't have a job.
No, you're making zero money.
And it's from 2025, and I'm like, we're 3 months into 2026. I think this is the wrong form.
Well,
like if line blank is greater than blank, and I'm like, ah. Just gonna put 0 here too. The lady can yell at me if I'm wrong. Okay, I think that's done.
She'll be like, how do you pay your rent?
My parents give me money.
I pay my rent with hopes and dreams.
I pay my rent with my parents' money. Close all tabs. Okay, I did that. I did that like 4 times, guys. Come on. Yes. Alright. Okay. No.
I pretended to eat her face and she started licking some.
She's like, no, mother, no!
She's like, mother, knock this shit off. Also, your thumb is tasty.
Oh my god, Storm yesterday, or this morning, I like turned over in bed and Storm was sitting there, so I stuck out my finger, and the way she started devouring my finger, I'm like, I think she actually is trying to eat me right now. I don't think this is a cute haha. I think this is like I'm in danger. Kind of snuggly thing. I'm like, oh, you know how like cats will eat their owners if they die? And I'm like, one, I hope she would eat me. Rather than die herself. And 2, I'm positive she definitely would eat me. Like, I don't even know if I would have to be cold before she'd start dying. And that's okay, honestly. She's like, it's 4:30, you haven't fed me yet. Keep in mind, her dinner time is 5:30. And she would already just start drawing blood. And that's okay, because I love her.
Harassing mine.
Okay.
She puts up with so much.
I right in time for another sprint to start. And I can actually focus for this sprint, hopefully. I'm trying to set up my computer to look slightly more of a better angle on my face.
I'm so confused by my sound right now. Well, I can hear myself echo at the moment, but
do you have us open in a tab? Like I did at the beginning of the stream?
No, but you're coming out of my laptop right now. And you're not supposed to be coming out of my laptop.
No.
And it's every time I hook the HDMI up to my... Oh, let's see if this fixes it. No, that did not fix it. I have some ideas. I'm gonna try to fix it this way.
Sprint time.
Whew. I just sent some photos. I think 2 of them are the same. I couldn't tell in the little tiny preview. Also, I think that...
Took some photos? What do you mean?
Yeah, I sent them
Oh.
just now.
Oh, of your story. I thought you meant of the preview of the stream. I'm like, what are you talking about? Love.
No.
Love. I'm seeing lots of inspirations that I'm gonna claim the first one as me, the second one as our dear friend, and the last one as one of your children.
They're all my children.
I know, but I want to claim one.
You can't have any of them.
Fine. These are, 2 of them at least are the gifts I gave your children, so I'll take their... Oh wait, no, all 3 of them.
It's like my children have very specific interests.
Yeah. Wait, this is so cute.
Thank you.
I'm excited. Okay, we'll read the rest later. I got responses, so I had to do more paperwork, but I finished it, and I'm not gonna lose this job before I even get it.
Well, that's good. I did mean to say, but one of my alarms went off for posting a host spotlight, so I went ahead and do that. I still have to do one more tonight because I had a late start to my day. Well, all right, I had an early and a late start to my day. What happened was...
Yeah, I'm listening.
What happened was, so I had to get up early because elementary schools do their clubs before the school day starts instead of after, since they get out so late. So I had to take my child to their club. And then I needed to stop by the doctor's to get doctor's notes. And I was like, by the time it took me to drop her off, and by the time it would take me to go across town, I'd only have to wait 10 minutes for the doctor's office to open. And I knew at least one of the notes was ready for me, which, oh my gosh. This is a funny yet mildly miscommunication, right? So I had messaged through the patient portal. I was like, hey, can I get a doctor's note for this day? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, can I get it, hold on.
Okay. Messaging me, hey CB, stop cutting your bangs on stream. I always remember to cut my bangs when we're on stream.
No, you're fine. No, the message was, apparently my husband's using my pager technique to get the children's attention. Since I'm generally the only one who does it, though, one of my children sent me a message like, I'm in a round. Because that's what I asked them to do. Like, if I leave you and you're in a round of a game, that's fine. Just let me know so that I know you're not just ignoring me. And I was like, tell Dad. He beeped. So that's why I had to...
I like that technique. My parents just went up the stairs. My whole life.
Oh, yeah, I do that sometimes, too. It just depends.
And then usually the other one's like, stop yelling! Stop yelling in the house, just go upstairs. And it's like, now everyone's yelling!
But, my brain...
Oh, I forgot what you were saying.
Oh, yeah, so I was like, hey, can you email me the note? And they're like, no, we can't email them because emails are not, like, HIPAA compliant. And I'm like, that's fair. And they're like, but you can come pick it up and stuff. Well, I get there, and one doctor's note was ready, but the other one wasn't. And so she was like, the doctor isn't even in yet. They're like, and I don't want to make you wait around. And she's like, but you use the portal. She's like, I can see that you're messaging on the portal. We can just send it to you there, and you can print it out at home. And I'm like, why did the other? we could have did that. That's what I wanted in the first place.
That could have been plan A.
That's all I know. Okay, no. Speaking of, I do have the note, though. So next sprint, I need to send that to my sister and see if she'll print it out, and I can pick that up when I pick up my new Wi-Fi router, because it came in. And I hope that it fixes things and doesn't make everything worse.
Yeah. I got a frame for my pseudo dragon. So that arrived right before the stream started. So I'm gonna frame it during this break. But I'm writing or I realized it wasn't clear that the reason Rye's not dead is his magic, or is that he's a dragon, because I have him be him realize it, and then, but he's still not healed, he's still feeling the effects of it, and I'm gonna have one more combatant come over, but I want him first to I want it to be a more purposeful thing, him not dying is instinctive, and then a slow heal is instinctive, but the fact that has to be able to go fight, this is round one, this is beat one of the combat kind of thing, where I'm he needs to keep going, and just have him shrug it off as kind of too OP. So I'm having him close his eyes because he's getting dizzy, and then I've established that he can see magic, so I'm gonna have him reach out and touch the magic, and then the magic goes into his body and repairs the holes in his stomach, clears the liquid from his lungs, and then one other thing, but I don't know what I want it to do. I want a third beat, but I haven't come up with what the third beat is.
The bruises in his blood.
I mean, no, he's not really bruising.
Mends the bone?
It was a thing that melted his organs, kind of. Because it was poison.
Oh, right.
And so I'm not sure what I want to do.
Maybe the bones had started to disintegrate, and therefore there's a word I'm looking for.
I don't know. This is a horrifying poison. I think it's hilarious that they used it on just one guy, as far as they know. Why is this so? Oh, there it is. I was why is this glass for the frame so blurry? Because it had another bit on it.
It had a film.
It had a second film. But so that's what I worked on, and that was cool. And I like adding that aspect to Rye's magic, because then it's acknowledging the fact Rye has magic without it being oh, he's casting a spell. Because his first instinct is never, fuck, it's too small. Oh, wait. Yeah, it barely fits. Okay, does that warp it? I kind of feel like it's warping a little. Feel lied to by this frame. Alright, we'll see. But, what was I saying? Probably something really sexy and clever. But, yeah, so...
I don't know, because I made a bad decision, and it killed my internet connection for a moment, and I'm about to do it again.
No. His instinct is not to cast
it's
magic.
For momming, so... I had to.
Because he hasn't had magic his whole life, even though it's such a... Or, he's had it, but he hasn't been able to use it, properly his whole life. So his first instinct in combat is to beat the shit out of someone with his fists. Wait, it's so cute. Ta-da!
Aw, look, it's your best friend, Storm.
I'm so happy about that. I agonized over the color of the frame. But so having him see magic and sense magic in this way is a better way for him to be a magic user the whole book without being a caster mainly. His magic is, I'm I kind of felt bad rereading it, and I'm he's not, we're not exploring him using magic in fights and stuff until the end of the book, and then it's still barely, he uses the shield spell and like a couple others. But he's mostly turning into a half dragon or a full dragon, breathing lightning, and just doing instinctive magic because it's like the book takes place over like 2 weeks. He's not going to become his instincts and his training of his trained instincts versus his natural instincts are going to be two separate things. So yeah, that's what I worked on, which I'm happy with. And yeah, I'm excited to continue working on that. And I think all of the work stuff is done. After the stream, I have to go out and do a thing to make sure, like, get fingerprinted and stuff. But for now, we are good.
I am deleting
the artist wrote to me. I know that's my real name, but still, I'm happy with it.
Nice.
You guys know my name.
Like I said, I'm gonna delete the ones that I sent because I think I sent one thing twice.
Okay.
That way, I'm hoping these pictures are easier to read because I didn't take them in haste.
Yeah, I couldn't read the edges of a couple. There we go.
Yeah, those should be clear. But so what I did was, I remembered that like what I planned to do, which this is a story that the public may or may never be able to read, because what I've been wanting to do for a while and what I kind of finally, it's gestated enough in my subconscious because I let my subconscious do all my heavy lifting. That is the secret to my writing. But I've been wanting to do like a 3-character story for my kids, for them to read. Especially since a lot of the stuff that I am writing or that I plan to write, not really good for their age group. And I mean, it might be good for their age group by the time they're older, but I'd like them to be able to like read something.
Yeah.
And like this, I have no intention of publishing these. These are just going to be fun stories for my kids. And who knows, maybe at some point later in life I will publish them. That's how Lord of the Rings and Winnie the Pooh both got started.
And Percy Jackson.
Oh, and Percy Jackson, see? So I would be in good company if I decided to do that. I just thought, sorry, I humored myself because the first 2 examples I could think of were Lord of the Rings, or were like The Hobbit and Winnie the Pooh. But yeah. But the way I kind of want to do it is it's not like a 3-book arc, because I don't know how long I want them to be yet, but it is like a 3-story arc. So like the first one, I'm like, oh well, it's the introduction arc. It's the arc of these 3 becoming friends and like cementing their group as a team. And I think I've got it almost done. I just need to figure out the last one, because the way I decided to like do it is like each character, like each little thing, there's one character that has a problem, one character that can solve that problem, and the other character that kind of like helps solve that problem, right? And through doing this, because the last time I tried to work on this, I tried to do the characters first, and I was like, that's not how I vibe. I do the story first, and my characters, like, as I'm like, oh, I kind of want them to do this, the characters' personalities pipe up, and I figure out how, like, oh, this is how that character would handle that and stuff, right? Like, my gambling boss, I had really no idea how his personality was going to be, or her. I don't know. I'm going to let my children pick the gender. Yeah. I just went with the gender associated with the child for the character at the moment. But, yeah my gambling fox, I've developed their personality in my mind just because, like, so far, their main thing is they know how to get places. They know how to get where the group needs to go, and they know how to...
That's good.
And they know how to win.
And then they know how to win.
They know how to win. But that means that when their problem is the finale of the arc, it's because they lost. So, yeah.
Our sprint just started.
Yes. I was about to pause the sprint instead of mute myself. That would have been good.
Hello. Don't mind me just adding in to my template for each country under fashion. Bras. What are the bras like of each country? Very important thing.
Hold on real quick.
These are churros.
My husband, he messaged me, babe, do you know why there was a bowl of oil on top of the microwave? And I was like, I do. I fucked up last night and misread the recipe because it was like fry the chicken in oil. And I was like, yes, I am Southern. I know how to fry chicken in oil. And so I put oil in there. And then I reread it and it was like fry the chicken in 2 tablespoons of oil. And I'm like,
That does
I
not
don't know
what I
how
was
that's
thinking.
going to accomplish anything. But I couldn't pour the oil back into the thing. So I had to put it somewhere. So
Love that for you.
I had to admit that to him. Oh, it fell and got on his arm and over the microwave. I am so sorry.
Wait, what happened?
I think because he's cleaning the kitchen and he didn't know it was there and it got. I don't know how it fell. He just said it fell, and there are numerous ways it could have fallen, especially if somebody was using the microwave. He'll be upset, but he'll forgive me, and he's not. He's not yelling or anything. I felt something was wrong when he was like, "Babe, do you know why?"
Do you know why?
I didn't get a whole lot done that sprint, mostly because I was like, yeah, I'll just call the kids down real quick so that they can gender the characters. My oldest will not come down.
How dare.
I showed one of the children this, and they looked at it, and I was like, let me explain to you, like, I'm writing a story, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, they're reading the character concepts, and I'm like, yeah, can you guess who I'm writing the story for? And they called me a freak. But
Was
also
this
said
the
they wanted to
youngest?
be surprised. They wanted to be surprised and didn't want to read the story blurbs or anything. And I was like, okay, I just want you to gender the character for me. And they were like, okay. And then my other child came down. And I was harassed endlessly for my I'm temporary naming these characters Doc, Gam, and Beb. Doc is the plague doctor. Gam is my gambling fox. And then Beb, see, the third character is sad backstory emo bird. They're not an actual bird, but they're bird magic. But so Beb for backstory emo bird or bird emo backstory, whichever way one so choose. And after, because that was the Beb is the character for that child.
Nice.
I
love that you got called a freak. That's so funny.
Yeah, but the Beb child was offended and also hated the name Beb. Chose to read every single summary and then was like, by the way, Mom, hey, you don't leave yet, and was like, by the way, Mom, your names are pathetic. And I was like, I was gonna change them, but no, now Beb is Beb forever. And she was like, no, you can't keep Beb. And I'm like, I can keep Beb.
This is bullying.
Which, in all honesty, I was gonna give them other names, and I was thinking of using old Doc and Gam or something, like just for like code names. Oh, so you like Beb? Yes. You want me? Come here and I will explain to you.
You're going to turn off your camera?
Do you want me to turn off my camera?
Sure.
Do you not care?
Yeah.
I can just come over here then. This one doesn't care. Okay, so you see this?
Oh. Gambling fox.
So I'm going to be writing a story right?
Nice.
You see, can you guess who I'm writing the story for?
Beb?
I'm not writing the story for Beb. But this one loves the name Beb. May have to name the fox Beb.
You're like, I'm just gonna confuse this for myself now.
Wait, who's the Beb gonna be named for?
Well, okay, so Beb was just my temporary name for the sad backstory emo bird.
Oh.
Your sister hates the name though, so.
Yeah, of course she does.
Yeah. Alright, but I need you to gender my fox.
That's a...
Don't get distracted by your phone. I need you to gender the fox.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
I was thinking male, but now that I heard the question.
So you were thinking of male fox, but now you're thinking of female fox?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want a female fox? Okay, so we've got a band of ladies. Cool. Alright.
Okay.
All of my children made their characters female, so. I mean, unless you want to read the summary for the stories. Or do you want to be surprised?
Surprise.
Okay, you may go.
Okay.
Your eldest? That's the eldest, right? Oh, you're frozen. She's frozen. She's abandoned me. She never loved me. Not ever. It's just me, myself, and I. Wow, I really need to take more notes. I last wrote down my little to-do list for the day on the 25th of last month. Oh my god, it's been exactly 1 month since I made a to-do list. Oh wait, no, CVS, so it's called CVS to get my meds, which is now complete. It just shows you how long I've been struggling with this. I got stuff done. I thought about bras. That sounds funny. I thought about the bras of the different cultures in my world. This came from a discussion about clothing, because I've been using, Sam knows this already, I've been using outer robe and inner robe, but there's more than just two robes in that they're wearing, so I want to change it, or I want to have terms, but I don't know if I want to take those terms from cultures and countries and stuff that do wear robes, or try and make my own. So I think what this means is I need to do research, because there's different words that they're attached to different cuts and fabrics and stuff like that. So I think I need to definitely do research before I take any of those terms and use it for my robes to make sure they're accurate. And then I also need to make sure that culturally it's the same thing or similar equivalents. But I don't want it to be like, that is a distinctly Korean word. I don't know if it will be. And to be people like, that's anachronistic. Hi, Sam.
Hi, what's anachronistic?
I'm talking about using different words for the robes and how I want to do. I have to do research into robes first before I choose to use different actual real world terms for different robes. But then there's also the side note that people, if I use for choosing a random country, a Korean word for a robe, I don't want people to be like, that's so distinctly Korean, this book written in English, and it just pulls them out of the reading.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, that's part of why I sent you that suggestion to research words that are already borrowed in multiple cultures, and that gives you a really strong basis. Because a tunic in a medieval European setting is Link's long shirt thing, right? Yeah. But then also in, I believe it's Indian fashion. Very similar premise, but just like cut slightly different, right? So
Yet another culture that used robes.
so many cultures use robes.
It's almost like they're a very basic clothing style. But
Also,
I got a little
interestingly,
disappointed.
a lot
Go
of
ahead.
cultures have their own versions of like cinches and corsets. They just weren't called that.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody's curious, the difference between a cinch and a corset is a corset and bras and stuff typically provide support to the actual boob, right?
Yeah.
Cinches provided support under the boob. Didn't actually like so like a lot of the costumes and the designs and stuff where it's like they have this and then the boob hangs over, those are all cinches. They're
That
good
makes
for
sense.
your back because they're kind of like a back brace.
Yeah. For like working in the
Not
field.
so good for here if that's all you got. But if you like, a lot of women I think used them in tandem with chest strapping.
Yes. That's what I think. Or that's as far as I know. That is true. I'm looking.
Also, chest wrappings were used in so many more cultures than I had thought when I was a wee one. I also thought when I was younger and I saw animes and stuff with like the chest wrappings, I was always like, were they injured?
Nice. I think, isn't it Mulan where she has like the chest wrapping, but she's also injured, so it goes all the way down to her waist?
I know. So I'm like,
it's like, did they rewrap her boobs, or was that wrapping already there? But yeah, as I was thinking about all this bras and stuff, I was like, damn, I would like to traditionally publish this series, and that means I probably won't be able to do sapphics until quite a few books down the line, being the main couple, just because of the way like people are coming for one thing, so you want to keep them for that until you have a steady audience. And I was just like, damn, I guess I just gotta go write my vampire sapphics now, because switching that story to women, it made it in my head come so much more alive, and I was like, oh, there it is. I was like, there's something missing. It's women.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
I felt that way about a couple of my stories. I think I was like, you know what, lesbians.
That's what this needs.
I considered making Eric a woman from all that glitters, but I was like, but he's a man. He's just such a man. He is a merman. He is my own fatale. He is my male Simon. I cannot envision him as anything else.
Yeah.
And then I was like, should I make Raina a man then? Because I was trying to like avoid a story where the villain wins because he murdered a woman. But so I was like, maybe I make Rena a man or something. But then I was like, no, because I feel like that would be going down a wholly other problematic route. And I'm a woman. I'll at least go down the problematic route of my gender. I'll go down the problematic route that I have to deal with anyway.
Yeah.
Stay out of other people's lanes with that. And yet, Eric is still my problematic bi. But he's not a hero, and that is the important thing to know.
The protagonist, not the hero.
But that's also part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, there are like toxic stuff that I've tried to avoid and stuff, or like not obvious.
There are what and stuff?
Toxic. There is toxic stuff that with like writing the romance where I'm like, this is a trope, but I want to make sure I'm not doing that trope because I don't like that trope.
And there are going to you're going to have readers who are so used to the toxic version of that trope that they're not even going to give yours a chance. They're just going to assume it's bad. I have had to deal with that with a couple things, and it's like you can tell when the beta reader has called it in, they're not giving the story a chance, and I'm like, I cannot blame you. I'm there too.
Yeah, they're jaded. Yeah, with Jason being so angry at Rye last chapter, I was in that a lot where I'm like, they can be angry at each other and be arguing and all this stuff without it being red flaggy, and working hard to avoid that red. Our last sprint has started.
Yes, before we go into it, I would just like to read these two messages that I got from my weather app. Oh, never mind, I see
Okay.
the difference. Sorry, I got the messages, and it was like at 1837, I got both of these messages, and I was ignoring the top part because normally the top part is just city weather, and
Yeah.
it was like rain possible in the next few hours, sunshine, highs in the upper 80s and lows in the mid 60s, and I was like, what? But the top part, one of them is for today and the other one is for tomorrow. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that would
don't
explain
confuse
it.
me. Don't send those at the exact same
Yeah.
minute.
How dare.
But yes, we will
Okay.
go into our final sprint. I'm being haunted by a ghost cat. Oh, there you are.
Oh no, not a ghost cat.
I came back in the room and I heard a meow, but I could not see her anywhere. And like it sounded like it definitely came from here, so I'm like looking around the monitor, looking up in the shelves, and I'm like, where the fuck did she go? She went under my chair because the blanket was like hanging off, so it was like a little cave. So she burrowed like a cave cat. Yeah, sorry, I'm back a little late. I went into the kitchen to talk.
My cat is not a ghost. She is a troll, and she came over and she bit my sandwich. So I threw it out.
No. Why'd you throw the whole sandwich out?
It was like the end of it.
Oh, okay.
And she was like licking at it and biting it, and I didn't realize. I was like, what's she doing? Oh, shit. So
okay.
That was
I understand better now. I was like, are you that turned off by cat? I just would have ripped off the little part, but...
I thought about it, but I was like, there's not enough of this to perform surgery.
I was eating some dinner the other night, and I set it down beside me, and Artemis went to jump up on the bed, and she didn't see the plate, and she put her paw right in to some of the rice, and I was like, performed surgery, sectioning off that part of rice and moving it away, because I was like, no cat paw rice in this house.
Alright.
So that was like the first time she's ever, like, that's the first time any of the cats have ever landed on my plate. I was like, no.
Storm is constantly hunting food. She doesn't care whose it's supposed to be. Literally earlier, because it was leftovers of sandwich, I had, like, my plate sitting to the side, and she was, like, hunting it from one side, or I'd move the plate from one to another, and I got up and I put it in the fridge, like, put a little bag and stuff, and she immediately stopped hanging out with me. And then I take out the sandwich for a snack, and she comes back and then successfully bites some of it. I got through this scene. Well, it's technically not a scene ending, but I'm using the screenwriting term where we're changing location and semi-changing time. But I like went from every moment, like, and now he's going through the manor. So I'm counting as a change in scene. And yeah. And I'm pretty happy with the world building I did in this scene. Unintentional world building. Well, semi-intentional. But go ahead.
I am freezing time, and we're just staying at that till we decide we're done.
Okay.
I named the characters. And I was like, all right, now I want to do a little bit of character design, and then I can, like, start to outline the first story, right?
Yes.
And I'm so pleased with these names. So first I started with Beb, new Beb, because that child was the most excited and enthusiastic and really loved the name Beb. So I was like, I will make this work. So
it did not seem
like
just choosing Beb to annoy siblings. Sam?
Sorry, what?
And it did not sound like they were just choosing Beb to annoy their siblings. So that's also a good thing.
Okay, so their name is Beb. Their real name was going to be Bartholomew Foxington, but then I remembered they're all female, and therefore her name is now Beatrix Foxington.
Beatrix Foxington. Beatrix. Okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, she goes by Beb, though.
Beb.
Because she feels like it. Well, I mean, that's her code name. Their code names don't necessarily have to do anything with their real name. And then I went up to the plague doctor. And I was like, well, obviously Doc is in the code name. And then I was like, but what should her name be? And then I was like, wait, that's one of that kid loves Mario. So I went and I looked up the name of the mushroom the Mario mushrooms are based on. And so her name is Doc Amanita, which I was like, oh, that's a pretty name. But then her real name is Muscaria Ucernia, which The mushroom is the Amanita muscaria.
Okay.
The Black Death is Ucernia pestis. So,
I think I have a Black Death dragon sticker on my iPad.
So my plague doctor is name is a combined inspiration of the Black Death and Mario mushrooms.
Amazing.
And then for previously known as Beb, but now our emo
Yes.
sad backstory Burb. Her code name is Raven Poe, and her real name is Elizabeth Lenore. Now the Raven Poe Lenore are all obvious. Elizabeth just sounds fancy and gothic, so that's
It does sound fancy.
And then the only other information is that Doc wears the plague mask with everything.
Yes.
Not always on the face. Sometimes it's going to be on the side and stuff. I think I will allow that. With different colored / styled robes. So sometimes we've got like the plague mask with the fancy like party robe and stuff. And they are a magic apothecary who deals in medicines and toxins. With a name like theirs, one would have to. And then I just got that the next one, Bae, she wears a hoodie, always has a foxtail charm that allows her to glamour, to disguise herself. And then I went to talk to my husband about some things in the kitchen. But I also want to have some charms that are supposed to enhance luck. Or
yes.
I want to have some charms or something that enhances luck, and then another one that wards away the evil eye. So that they're extra protected. And then they're gonna lose one of these things in the third volume. Also, they are all between the ages of 12 and 15, though I don't think I'm going to specify for a while. But Doc is the middle, Beb is the oldest, and Raven is the youngest. Which will work, as Raven will also be the angstiest. I'm actually pretty pleased and excited because the introduction arc works really well with our angsty Beb being the first one with a problem, and then by the time first she has the problem, and then she's just supporting, or not Beb, sorry, Raven. I have to start calling her Raven. So Raven first has the problem, and then she and then she just sort of supports, kind of going along with the other two. And then she just goes aggressively protective, and she's like, "No, I got it." And then in the third one, she actually is going to risk something important to her in order to help Beb get their thing back that they lose. So, nobody told you to start playing.
Are they humans? Human adjacent?
They're humanoid.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna make them humans or just human with a fancy magic label.
Okay.
But yeah, the fox thing is these are just themes. It's not like an actual fox girl.
I was imagining a Fantastic Mr. Fox type before you. So we're and they have a foxtail, and I'm do they have with them?
Well, yeah, it says themed.
I know, I didn't read that closely.
Yeah, because I had
to
tell my youngest, I'm she's not actually an emo bird. That's just her magic. Her magic is bird themed. Which
An emo.
While she is an emo bird and stuff, I'm gonna in the third one, I already decided that a magpie is what's going to help find the thing, because it's gonna be shiny.
Nice.
Which yes, crows are also good at finding shiny things.
But magpie.
So this also means I have to up my. This is really going to test my bird knowledge.
Nice.
But yeah,
All right,
I'm pretty pleased.
we need to end because I have to go do things
Oh, okay.
out in the real world.
Leaving me, but all right.
Thank you for
As
coming
if
to
we're
WIP
not gonna
Wednesday.
spend so much time together this weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for this WIP weekend.
This WIP Wednesday, and you can join us this weekend for the Storytellers Hearth.
You just do it. You do our outro today. I'm done. I'm tired.
Sam's doing like all the sprints on Friday except one, and then she's probably everywhere Saturday. I'm doing the break stream on Saturday, and then I'm doing we're also on Sunday. So do all of that. Come with us on this adventure. Get shit done.
I'll be posting my schedule. Our book talk Monday.
Yes. Lily Blue Liddy, but whatever.
It's either Blue Lily or Blue Lily Blue. I think it's Blue Lily Blue.
I don't know.
But I'm dyslexic, so I fucking get up.
I don't have a good memory, so we're really a duo of steel traps.
You're dyslexic by association.
Yeah, join us then. Bye.